Time for this week's whole class lesson for preschool and speech therapy. I was going to do brown bear, but look at all this snow we got. So I figured I would do Froggy Gets Dressed instead and stick with that snow theme. So here are all the things we're going to need for this activity. Now, this giant frog and these clothing items are from a weather bulletin board set on Amazon, but my sentence starter and these pictures are in my TPT store. Our story is about a frog who wakes up and wants to go out and play in the snow. And of course, his mom tells him not to because frogs are supposed to sleep all winter, but he puts on his winter clothes and he goes outside. So that's exactly what we'll do. We'll have friends come up, find the clothing items and put them on and then tell us what he's wearing. Froggy wears socks. He does this in a particular order too, so it's also great for sequencing. Froggy wears boots. Then, of course, we'll put on the other items like the hat, the scarf, and the mittens, and we'll tell what he's wearing. Then he goes back out into the snow, but his mom calls him and asks him if he forgot to put something on. Whoops, he forgot to put on his pants. So he goes back in and takes off his clothes in a certain order and then puts on his pants. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. This gives me a lot of trials, so I can have students do 1, 2, even 3-step directions. Take off his hat and put on his pants. Or put back on his boots and his hat and his scarf. So then once he puts his pants on and all his other clothes, he goes back outside, but his mom yells again because he forgot to put on his shirt and his coat. So he comes back inside, takes a few things off and puts on his shirt and coat. So that's exactly what we'll do. So I'll ask a friend to come up, find the shirt, put it on and tell us what he's wearing. Froggy wears a shirt and Froggy wears a coat. Then we'll put back on all his other clothing items so that he can go back out in the snow and play. But he forgot something else, except this time he wasn't sure what it was. But then his mom yells, his underwear. The kids always get a chuckle out of this one. So he comes back inside, takes off the appropriate clothes to put on his underwear. Now that's exactly what we're gonna do, except for whatever reason, I cannot find my long underwear that I drew. So for the purpose of this video, we're gonna use my bathing suit bottoms here and pretend that they are underwear. But at the end, he just gets too tired to go back outside. So he ends up going back to sleep. Details below on this activity. Thanks for watching. Bye.